Theurgical ceremonies are step-by-step formulas which bring uniquely specific changes and enhancements to one's energy, behavior, and consciousness. Some humans like studying the occult science. Others prefer practicing occult science. There are also many who love the combination of both. The term armchair magician is often used in a derogatory sense. This is uncalled for and rather unkind, because some personalities are just wired in such a way where the act of intense study evokes the same feelings that a practice-based occultist would feel after an hour of angel invocations. Reading for some is a ceremony. Reading for some is a meditation. And whenever you find yourself completely zoned into a book you love to the point that you've lost all sense of time, space, and who you are, guess what? You're meditating, and you are still receiving some of the benefits that these ceremonies offer by reading them, watching videos of them, and studying them. Now, for those of us that can't wait to put the book down so we can just go do the ceremony, studying is more of a means to an end, and it can be difficult for a more active mind to find their happy place in a book. Action-oriented souls have a burning fire to physically experience these things. And those of us who get lost in the practice of these exercises know full well of the spiritual treasures that await for any and every soul on the journey to building the solar body. Although one never needs to do anything, the ceiling of one's abilities and the ceiling of the state of one's spiritual ecstasy will be raised to infinitely new heights when combining the love of practice with the love of study. The balance of understanding knowledge and applying wisdom is the middle path and the middle pillar that takes you all the way up to Kether. The analysis of the keyword, or LVX ritual, is often identified as a second-tier initiation and the 2.0 opener version of the Kabbalistic cross. Although this identification is accurate to a large degree, the LVX ritual is also much more. It is a process of drawing in light. Light being the external manifestation of consciousness itself. Chi, prana, Holy Spirit. The LVX ritual is drawing in this infinitely powerful energy by engaging in a multifaceted, multicultural series of formulaic steps, all of which carry immense significance. So in this episode, we dive deep into the significance of the LVX ritual, giving you more associations to draw upon and making your ceremonies immensely more powerful. The position of the analysis of the keyword within the LVRH ritual is analogous to the role of the Kabbalistic cross in the LVRP. It serves as both the initial and concluding step in the customary execution of this ritual. While it is theoretically recommended that the LVRH should commence with the Kabbalistic cross, followed by the analysis of the keyword, in practice, the LVRP almost universally precedes the performance of the LVRH. In other words, if you wanted to perform the LVRH without first doing the LVRP, it is best to open your full routine with the Kabbalistic cross, regardless of you doing or not doing the LVRP. Rituals are formulaic, and in theory, a Kabbalistic cross ritual ought to be executed before any of these rituals. Personally, I find anchoring myself to the four cardinal directions both grounding and empowering, so I generally open and close my full routines with the Kabbalistic cross. It's washing your hands before and after you eat. It's not mandatory, it's just good aura hygiene. The keyword subject to analysis is INRI, an abbreviation that holds diverse interpretations within occult circles. Its widely recognized exoteric meaning is Isvis Nazarenvis Rex Ivdeorvum, which translates to Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews in English. Among the more renowned esoteric interpretations is Igne Natara Renovator Integra, signifying by fire nature is perfectly renewed. This interpretation naturally alludes to the alchemical purification process involving heating and distillation, as well as to the spiritual fire of gnosis, which serves to cleanse, purify, and enlighten the soul, the God particle within us, the power to ever expand and forever create. In both cases, INRI is a reference to the great work. A closer examination reveals two additional hidden formulae within INRI. The first becomes evident when one transliterates the letters into their Hebrew equivalents, Yod, Nun, Resh, and Yod, as is done in the analysis itself. A connection to the tree of life is observed, associating the zodiacal sign of Virgo with the path Yud, Scorpio with the path Nun, and the planet Sol with the path Resh, leading to the sequence Virgo, Scorpio, Sol, Virgo. Additionally, Egyptian deities Set, Isis, Apep, Apophis Typhon, and Asur Osiris are linked respectively with Virgo, Scorpio, and Sol. This yields the formula IAO, Set, Apep, Asur, which holds various significant connotations. IAO was regarded as the supreme name of God by the Gnostics, signifying an invocation of the highest divine force. These three letters also symbolize the three alchemical principles of salt, sulfur, and mercury, as well as the three supernal Sephiroth, Binah, Chokmah, and Kether. Moreover, the association with Typhon reveals Apep, Apophis, as a representation of the Egyptian god Set, adding depth to the myth of Asur's murder by his brother Set and his subsequent resurrection through the magical intervention of his sister wife Iset. This myth, like similar dying and resurrected god myths worldwide, symbolizes the great work. Thus, a single three-letter word encompasses an invocation of the supreme Godhead, the three supernal Sephiroth, and a concise statement about the nature of the great work. Additionally, it is essential to recognize that the I, Yod, Virgo repetition at the phrase's end signifies the cyclical and infinite nature of this process. This implies that the Kether of one tree corresponds to the Malkuth of another directly above it, continuing infinitely. This ritual is a blend of more than one cultural representation of God. We have some Christian influence, some mystic Judaism, Egyptian, Latin, Greek. IAO is the absolute behind all the subjective interpretations, and IAO is repeated several times in different ways to embed oneness and infinity down into the deep recesses of your consciousness. Infinity means that what you think is the highest ceiling in this universe is really just the floor of the next universe that's right there waiting for you. Examining the LVX signs, L corresponds to the sign of a set mourning. V corresponds to the sign of Apophis Typhon rejoicing in his apparent victory. And X corresponds to Asur risen. While the sign of Asur slain, the cross, remains unassigned a letter. These symbols are executed ritually in a specific sequence, First, the sign of Osir Slain is performed, followed by the sign of Aset Mourning, verbally identified. Subsequently, the signs of Apophis Typhon, Osir Slain, and Osir Risen are executed and verbally identified. This sequence is repeated, naming the signs and spelling out the word LVX, Latin for light. In Western esoteric tradition, LVX is the most frequently used term to describe magical, mystical energy, akin to chi, ki, mana, prana, ruach, Holy Spirit, etc. This formula also evokes phrases like kahabs paket and konks pox, both roughly translating to light in extension. The significance of these phrases is found in the practices like the middle pillar exercise and the rite of the Kabbalistic cross. LVX is drawn into the magician's sphere of sensation from Kether, traverses the middle pillar of the Tree of Life, and is either circulated within the magician's sphere or projected out through Kether, Malkuth, Geburah, Chesed, into the broader universe. These acts are essentially identical when considering that the sphere of sensation serves as the magic mirror, reflecting the individual microcosm of the macrocosmic universe. Consequently, light in extension strengthens and energizes the magician's sphere of sensation and extends that energy to the entirety of the macrocosmic universe. LVX operates much like love. The more it is given, the more it multiplies in the universe, resulting in a positive and self-reinforcing cycle. The notion of cyclical infinity implied in the INRI formula gains additional depth at this juncture. It is essential to keep these concepts in mind when exploring the Ararita formula found in the LBRH, a ritual that I made a guided video ceremony of if you would like to learn it, and the meaning of Ararita, a topic that I will be unpacking further in future videos. It is important to acknowledge that it is impossible to comprehensively cover all the historical and magical nuances of these formulae in one video. Therefore, this video should not be regarded as an exhaustive examination of the keyword significance and symbolism, but rather as a starting point for delving into this intricate and expansive subject. And I see your requests to make these videos longer. Thank you for requesting additional length. These topics call for in-depth explanations, and truth be told, I'm never satisfied with any of the shorts I post. Having said that, I am redirecting almost all of my energy and attention into long-form content. The next videos will be in the 30 to 60 minute range. I am doubling down on substance and scaling back some of the fun editing, as I notice that the majority of you watching these videos are intelligent, empathetic, deep-thinking souls, and I'd like to honor your time and the dedication you all have to your spiritual growth. Friends, we are just getting started, and the future is bright. Tickle the like button for I liked this video, and let me know what you're looking forward to in your future. Thank you for watching.